It's funny how fast the NFL rumor mill spins, isn't it? One week, a team is written off, the season feels like it's slipping away, and the next, a single win flips the mood, reignites belief, and suddenly sparks off-season speculation. That's exactly where the Philadelphia Eagles find themselves right now. The Eagles just snapped a frustrating 3-game losing streak with a much-needed win over the Las Vegas Raiders. The result didn't just add another mark in the win column, it changed the energy around the team. Now, with Philadelphia preparing to head on the road to face the Washington Commanders this Saturday, the vibes are trending up, confidence is returning, and yet, as always in this league, the rumors have already begun. And this time, the name at the center of the conversation is one of the most important players on the entire roster: wide receiver A.J. Brown. According to a recent ESPN report from insiders Jeremy Fowler and Dan Graziano, Brown has been mentioned by league executives as one of the most interesting potential trade candidates to monitor heading into the offseason. That alone is enough to grab attention across the NFL, especially when you're talking about a player who has become the emotional engine of this Eagles offense. Let's slow this down for a second and really unpack what's going on here. A.J. Brown is not just another wide receiver. He's a true WR1, the kind of player defenses game plan for all week. Since arriving in Philadelphia, Brown has transformed the Eagles' passing attack with his physical style, elite route running, and ability to dominate after the catch. At 28 years old, he's still squarely in his prime, and financially, his contract is considered manageable by league standards, about $50 million in cash over the next 2 seasons. From a pure football perspective, that makes him extremely valuable. From a business perspective, it also makes him movable, at least on paper. If the Eagles were to trade Brown before June 1st, they'd absorb a significant cap hit. If they waited until after June 1st, they could actually create cap savings. And as Eagles fans know better than anyone, this franchise has never been afraid of making bold financial decisions. Just think back to the Carson Wentz trade. Cap consequences didn't stop Howie Roseman then, and history suggests they wouldn't automatically stop him now. But here's where the story gets more complicated and more human. Part of the speculation revolves around Brown's visible frustration this season. From poetic social media posts to pointed soundbites, his messaging has been closely watched. League executives reportedly believe that the limitations of the Eagles' passing attack have tested Brown's patience, even if his teammates understand where that frustration comes from. When a star player wants the ball, wants to win, and wants more consistency, emotions can boil over. That's not dysfunction, that's competitiveness. And A.J. Brown has always been wired that way. Inside the Eagles' locker room, Brown wears the captain's C on his chest for a reason. He's a leader. He's vocal. He demands excellence. Those traits can sometimes be uncomfortable, but they're also the same traits that define championship teams. This is a franchise that has celebrated leaders like Brian Dawkins, Reggie White, and Jason Kelce, players who didn't shy away from emotion or accountability. In Philadelphia, passion isn't a flaw. It's part of the identity. General manager Howie Roseman made that clear earlier this season when Brown's name surfaced around the trade deadline. The Eagles didn't move him then, and Roseman didn't hesitate to explain why. He called Brown a great player, a core piece, someone who cares deeply about winning and about his teammates. And perhaps most telling, Roseman emphasized that when you're trying to build a championship team, you don't simply trade away players like that. That statement still echoes loudly today. From a tactical standpoint, trading Brown would fundamentally change the Eagles' offense. His presence opens space for Devonta Smith, creates matchup nightmares for defenses, and gives quarterback Jalen Hurts a reliable, physical target in high-pressure moments. Take Brown out of the equation, and suddenly opposing defenses can play very differently. The ripple effects would be enormous. Historically, the Eagles have learned the value of elite offensive weapons the hard way. During their Super Bowl-winning 2017 season, balance was everything. Strong line play, timely throws, and receivers who could win one-on-one matchups. In today's NFL, explosive wideouts aren't a luxury. They're a necessity. And that's why many around the league, and many fans in Philadelphia, remain skeptical that these rumors will turn into reality. Still, it's worth acknowledging that Brown is no stranger to speculation. His name has floated through trade chatter before, both in Philadelphia and earlier in his career. Yet each time, the Eagles have ultimately shut it down, choosing continuity over chaos. So what does all of this mean right now? In the short term, it means very little changes on the field. The Eagles are focused on Washington. They're focused on stacking wins, stabilizing the offense, and positioning themselves in a brutally competitive NFC East, where every game feels like a street fight. The Cowboys, the Giants, the Commanders, there are no easy weeks, and there's no room for distractions. In the bigger picture, though, this conversation highlights something important. Expectations in Philadelphia are sky high. This fanbase, inside Lincoln Financial Field and far beyond it, expects Super Bowl contention every year. Anything less sparks debate, analysis, and yes, rumors. If you ask fans around the city, you'll hear a familiar refrain. Pay the stars. Fix the system. Let the players cook. And when you hear "Fly Eagles Fly" echo through the stands, it's not about breaking things apart, it's about pushing forward. As for A.J. Brown himself, a fictional but realistic sentiment might sound something like this: I want to win. That's it. I believe in this team, and I expect us to be great. That mindset has defined him everywhere he's played. So as the Eagles head into this crucial stretch of the season, one thing is clear. The rumors may swirl, the headlines may grow louder, but the story is still being written on the field. The Eagles are alive. The season is far from over. And in Philadelphia, belief can change everything. If you want to see how this chapter unfolds, how A.J. Brown responds, how Jalen Hurts leads, and how this team handles the pressure, keep your eyes on this weekend's game. Stay locked in, stay loud, and stay passionate. Because in the NFL, especially in Philly, the next moment is always just one snap away.